For more on these stories, let's bring in DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin. Great to have you with us as always, my friend. I appreciate your time today. I want to begin by sharing a little sound. We've been talking at length about Abrego Garcia being back in the country. There are a number of people who have said, look, it's all about due process. It's about fairness under the law. And there are others who say, listen, guy should have been here in the first place and should get out of here just as soon as possible. Let me share this. This is from earlier today here on Fox News.
So after his sentence, after he has his due process and these charges for human trafficking go forward, based on his conviction and the outcome of that case, he will be sent back and deported from the United States, and that judge's order will be affected.
Todd Lyons speaking there. Tricia, your thoughts on his comments about Abrego Garcia's possible future?
Todd Lyons is absolutely right. Kilmar Abrego Garcia will serve time here in the United States. He will face justice, but his final stop will be El Salvador. He's an illegal immigrant. He's an MS-13 gang member. He's a human trafficker. And Kevin, I want to remind viewers, this is what the Department of Homeland Security has been saying for months as the media has tried to paint Kilmar Abrego Garcia as this innocent Maryland father. The indictment, if you read it, is quite stunning. It's even worse possibly than we thought. He was trafficking in women and children, smuggling in MS-13 gang members into our country. He was abusing the women in his control, and he was even soliciting child pornography as well. It looks like he was involved in the killing of a rival gang member's mother. He's a disgusting human being, and he should face justice. And I'm proud of the ICE enforcement officers who initially arrested him, and I look forward to this Salvadorian man facing justice, Kevin. You know, it's so irritating when people suggest that he's just a Maryland man. When you look at really his record, it is stunning. To say nothing of the fact that he was here illegally to begin with. Let me share just a bit about the travel ban. A lot of people asking, what does this mean now that we are once again looking at a circumstance where the president is attempting to protect the country by limiting access to the country from various nations. Walk us through why this is an important decision right now. Kevin, this travel ban is about national security. We need to know who is in this country. Of course, the Colorado terrorist who's actually from Egypt. He was here, illegally violated a visa overstay and had applied for asylum, but it's even broader than that. It's the fact that we need to know who is in this country. A lot of the countries, whether it be Venezuela or Afghanistan, are run by tyrants. They don't have proper vetting systems, and so they're very likely going to allow terrorists and other bad actors who hate America into our country. President Trump and Secretary Noem and this Trump administration isn't going to stand for that. We're going to put the safety of the American people first. So this is also a message to those foreign governments. Get your affairs in order, get your vetting in order. These individuals who want to come to this country can still apply for asylum and seek that relief, but as far as visas and green cards, we need to get them their affairs in order so that we have proper security screening, so we know who's in this country, and this kind of terrorist attack does not happen again on U.S. soil. Yeah, and speaking of what happened up in Boulder, we're talking about a person who overstayed their visa, then was somehow allowed to work here. Can you sort of unpack what can be done to either interdict or collect or deport? I know it's three different ways to view it. People who have overstayed their visas here. And this is a big problem, Tricia. This is a huge problem, and Kevin, this is something we are actively working on. We talk a lot about how the Biden administration broke the border, but we talk a lot less about how the Biden administration also broke the legal immigration system. That's why you've been seeing a lot of how we are ending these parole programs. We're making temporary protected status again temporary. These are programs that have been completely exploited to really just rubber stamp illegal immigrants allowed to come into this country legally with little to no vetting. So this is something that USCIS is actively working on, and the Department of Homeland Security is laser focused on it. Actually, we know who's in this country. They have proper screening, and they don't hate Americans and want to take this country down. Or want to create chaos while they are here. That's not a reason to stay. If you're here, behave like you would otherwise. Otherwise, you can hit the bricks. Let me share this. This is the LA mayor and actually the ACLU.
talking about what happened over in Los Angeles. You heard Karen Bass saying what's happening there is unlawful, and they're going to fight again ICE efforts in the Golden State. This is part of a statement from the ACLU responding to the LA raids. Today, city leaders broke their promise. LAPD officers assisted federal agents in terrorizing LA neighborhoods, impeding people from going to work, making their immigration court appearances, or attending their children's graduations. Some would say, well, if they had taken care of business in the beginning, they wouldn't have to worry about missing graduations and the like. What say you?
Kevin, I'd like to ask the mayor of Los Angeles, Governor Gavin Newsom, and the ACLU, who do they want to protect? Because in the last 24 hours, the arrest that ICE enforcement officers made was against 5 gang members who were running rampant on LA streets. It was against child abusers. It was against drug traffickers. It was against thieves. Do they want to protect these people over American citizens? Because it sure seems like they do. While our ICE officers are facing a 413% increase in assaults against them. And why is that? It's because of the demonization by politicians like AOC, like Governor Gavin Newsom, and like Mayor Bass, who are calling them like the Gestapo, like Nazis. It is wrong. We're seeing that our ICE enforcement officers, their own families, are starting to be targeted and doxxed, their personal information being put online. We won't stand for it. We're not playing games with the lives of our law enforcement, and we should be thanking these individuals every single day who wake up to make sure our communities are safer, and we get these violent gang members and murderers and rapists off of American streets, Kevin.
Yeah, and don't forget Hakeem Jeffries, Leader Jeffries saying, listen, he wants them on masks, which obviously could lead to doxing and other problems for the families. They're trying to do their job. That would be the argument from the administration. Tricia, thank you so much for your time this weekend. Have a good one.
Thank you, Kevin.
You bet.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.